Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft Spotlight. This time around we're taking a look at one of my other creations. This is something that's been in my arsenal for quite some time, and now I'm finally taking a look at it, and that is the Dwarven Fortress, or the Dwarven City, whichever way you want to call it, whatever you want to look at it, this is what this is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look inside and out, and the first thing we're going to start doing is we're going to walk down the bridge that connects the actual fortress and mountain to the mainland, because the fortress is actually on an island. So you do want to have sort of like that grand entrance look to it. You want this sort of fortified structure at the very start of the mountain. You want to have a bridge and some water, and this is what we did. This is what I did to convey that. And it's simple. It's not that big, but then again, I've always thought that with dwarven structures, it's not so much about what is on the outside, but rather what's on the inside. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to explore the inside, which is going to be, you know, both a mine and a city of sorts. So here we can see the main stairwell that goes very deep underground, and then we have this sort of common sort of grand hall, which is held by some pillars. We've got this huge dining room table, this enormous sort of like ceiling with these pillars that are holding everything up, and this sort of almost throne-like lava design in the back, which is it's there to sort of like inspire you a bit when you come into the room. Now over there we have stairs that lead to sort of this secondary balcony which views the hall, but also as you can see there's furnaces everywhere, leads you to the second floor of the outside fortress. So in here right now we're inside the structure that you can see from the outside, and if I peer out this window, oh, let's see, can't fall. Alright, then I can actually see the bridge. So it's a defendable position if you were to have, you know, riflemen or archers or whatever the hell you want your dwarves to use to defend their fortress. They certainly could use those positions. So yeah, here we have sort of like a little bit more of an aerial shot of the hall, and you know, it looks pretty good, and it really does look very good with the shaders, considering that the shaders, you know, gives that warmth to the light and also the darkness. So as we go down the main stairwell, we can see passageways and secondary buildings that are sort of like built into the mountain, or that are dug into the mountain. So we have all these niches, and we have, you know, these lit up windows and sort of like shutters there, and we have a lot of fire. We, you know, in this section of the Dwarven Fortress, or the inside of it, and here we can take a look into sort of like a greater hall. I didn't want to use torches. This here is sort of like a secondary. This is a little secret. It's underground area. It's an area where the dwarves hit the water, and they have a tram that'll take you to a secret area. But maybe we'll take a look at that another time. Right now what we're going to do is we're just going to go down the second stairs so that we can actually enter the main sort of like mining / royal hall. So this is, you know, it's a bit of it is inspired by what's in The Hobbit. So there's sort of this walkways and pillars and this throne in the middle. But I thought, you know, it's always good. It's not something that we see. We see it in a lot of like fantasy fiction as well. These sort of like deep chasms and burning fires, and of course ales and beer. And that's what we really need to go. We need foundries, we need lava, we need molten iron, we need all that stuff that you can see how, you know, the pillars are, you know, roaring fires and lava pouring into smithing areas. But we also need, you know, the entertainment. And the entertainment is going to be plenty of beer in sort of like the depths of this massive construction that we have here. So here we can look at and really how deep it is. And here we have the beer. Although unfortunately this time around it seems like we forgot to light that up. But it was just a matter of putting down some torches and lighting that up. So now you can see this sort of like huge barrel that I've built up in there, and you can see the beer, which is just there, ready to be chugged by a bunch of thirsty dwarves. Here we can see a lot of like molten lava or molten metal or wherever we want to see, and we have a very nice forge area here with roaring fires, furnaces, weapons in the stands, and it's all just you can see the coal being stored in those barrels to feed the massive fires of this dwarven fortress. So that's essentially it for the interior. There's a lot of like nooks and crannies that we won't be taking a look at, but we're gonna step outside now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just try and see how the fortress looks from the outside. Looking at the fortress at night, if I don't mind getting wet here, is that it looks great. You know, the way that sort of like light gradually ascends the straight lines of the exterior fortress, and you can actually see the fires roaring from quite a far distance, just makes it look really nice and really complete. And you know, I've seen a lot of builds for dwarven fortresses and that stuff, but they're so huge that they sometimes miss you know, the simplicity and wonderful aspect of Minecraft, in that it's a small world and you can get a lot with very little. So here we're looking at a dwarf with flaming eyes and a lava torch in his hand, and he's holding sort of his hammer down there. The beard, in order to make the different color, we gave it some clay, and that sort of is like faux gold. So as the sun rises, that sort of takes us to the end of our adventure, and this has been the exploration of the Dwarven Fortress. If you love the videos, more will come. Bye bye everybody.